Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross, and as always told, I had a voice radio. So today, we are looking at another crazy good Pokemon. And you should know it's crazy good, ladies and gentlemen, because I've already done 2 videos today about Electrode GX and Banette GX. And last night, i.e., so that's 3 in the last 24 hours, I did a video all about some big rules changes that had come in because you needed to know. Now I am back doing another video because I cannot let you wait any longer to see the majesty that is Magcargo. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a very, very good Pokemon about which you should be rather excited. Now, it is a fire Pokemon, meaning you can use Kiawe to accelerate energy onto it, though I suggest you don't. And you can use Scorched Earth to draw a couple of extra cards, although that is likely to get rotated about a month after this releases. And I suggest you do, more on that in a minute. You are hitting weakness against grass Pokemon like Golisopod and metal Pokemon like Duskmane Necrozma, so that's good. And you are weak to water, which could be a pain against things like Empoleon or Glaceon, neither of which are seeing that much play right now, though Glaceon is coming and going nicely. Retreat cost of 3 does mean you can use Heavy Ball, but like I've said, Heavy Ball is likely to rotate out about a month after this actually comes out. And oh yeah, you got 90 HP. 90 HP. Now, if we compare this to the Magcargo from EX Deoxys, on which it is based, it has gained 10 HP since that came out. Anyone know when that came out, ladies and gentlemen? I tell you what, February 2005. By the time this comes out, about 13.5 years ago, it's gained 10 HP. It's only got 90 HP. Although it does make it one of the very few Pokemon that can be searched either using Level Ball or Heavy Ball. Yay? Never mind. It's the ability we're really excited about here, and as has become the case lately, our translation comes from the lovely David Hochmann, Mr. RappelmannTCG himself. And what you do is you search your deck for a card, and then you put it on top of your deck. So you guarantee that the next card you draw is in fact the exact card that you want to draw. And what I've got written on my notes here is holy moly, all capital letters, this is amazing. And it is a ridiculous ability. And the reaction around the community since this has been revealed has been, shall we say, favourable. Unless you hate it for being too good, in which case, unfavourable. The only way it could be better is if it was a basic Pokemon. Now, being a stage 1 is kind of a pain, but people play Octillery. Octillery draws until you've got 5 cards in your hand. This allows you to take any card and put it on top of your deck. This is absolutely an ability that's worth playing on a stage 1. I really don't think the fact that this is a stage 1 will in any fact impact the playability that it has. I mean, Mallow is great. And this is half of a Mallow every single turn. Or if you have 2 Magcargo on your bench, this is a free Mallow every single turn. You put whatever card you want on top of your deck to guarantee that the next card you draw will be the exact perfect card for you. I mean, go back to the Pidgeot from Fire Red Leaf Green. Now, to be fair, that allowed you to search for a card and put it straight into your hand. Obviously, that's a better ability. But then again, that was on a stage 2, and you could only use it once per turn. This is on a stage 1, and in theory you can use it up to 4 times because there doesn't seem to be a limit on how often you can use it, and there was no limit on the old Magcargo. Now, of course, you need to be able to draw that card, but as long as you can draw a card, it's awesome. And there are plenty of ways we've got for drawing that card. And the one that springs to mind for me and for pretty much everybody else here is Zoroark GX. The trade ability allows you to discard a card from your hand and draw 2 cards. Well, this means that you can guarantee you are going to get the card you want. No more are you going to be trading for 2 cards hoping to hit a double colorless energy. You know you're going to hit it. If you need a Guzma to win the game and you've got a Magcargo on the bench and a Zoroark in play, you are going to hit that Guzma. None of this search for a Tapu Lele and then use a bench space for Tapu Lele malarkey. You know you're going to hit it. And if you've got 2 Zoroark on the field, you could actually even use Magcargo to search for a Mallow, and then use Mallow to get any 2 cards you want. Oranguru becomes instantly amazing with this, and it is a basic Pokemon. You need to make sure you can get down to 2 cards in hand, but as long as you can, you put the card on top of the deck that you want, draw it instantly, and would you believe it? You've searched for any card. And it's really difficult. I'm stuttering. It's so difficult to explain how good it is to be able to search for any one card. But how about computer search? Computer search was our old way of just searching for any card and just popping it straight into our hand. This is a free computer search every turn, as long as you can draw that card. I mean, with a Zoroark, you only discard 1 card rather than 2, and you get the card you want plus another. It's that gosh darn good. And I mentioned Scorched Earth earlier, worth mentioning again. Discard a fire energy from your hand, draw any 2 cards. So you use Magcargo to pop it on top of your bench, then you draw 2 cards and you definitely draw into it. Although, again, as I keep saying, Scorched Earth is another one of these cards, which we expect to rotate 1 month after Magcargo comes out. And this allows you to play one-off text so easily. Want to play a red card for Disruption? Literally just play 1 red card and then grab it when you need it. Want to play a Delinquent? Delinquent is an amazing card because you discard a stadium in play and you make your opponent discard 3 cards from their hand. If you can ever catch your opponent with 3 cards or fewer in their hand, you can make them discard those cards, and then you basically leave them in top deck mode and probably win the game. You play 1 Delinquent here, and just at any point during the game, oh, my opponent's got 3 cards in their hand, I'm going to go and get a Delinquent, because you can afford to do so, and again, no Tapu Lele, no bench space, none of that. Now, what is even better here is that this is coming right before rotation. When the rotation hits, we expect to be losing Professor Sycamore. We expect to be losing N, and consistency we expect to start becoming a bit of an issue because we've still got cards like Cynthia, but we don't have everything. Well, that's all right, ladies and gentlemen, because I assure you, for decks that play Magcargo, they will be absolutely fine. They will get everything that they need. And actually, while we're here, I do have to point out one more amazing use for this particular ability. Max Elixir. Now again, Max Elixir will rotate shortly after this comes out, which sucks and all that. But you use this to put a basic energy on top of your deck, and then you play a Max Elixir, you're guaranteed to hit the Max Elixir onto a benched basic Pokemon. You could actually play 4 or 5 basic energy and 4 Max Elixir and expect to hit all 4 Max Elixir. That's nuts! Now, it is an ability on a stage 1, but Garbodor is rotating pretty much as soon as we get this, and then, as I've said in a few videos, we're left with Glaceon GX and Alolan Muck. Well, Alolan Muck won't turn this off because it's a stage 1, although Oranguru is a basic, so will be turned off with Alolan Muck. And it won't be turned off by Glaceon because it's a non-EX, non-GX, although Glaceon will turn off Zoroark, which again is a little bit of a pain, but there's not much you can do about that. And yeah, it's a stage 1, but I really think this ability's so good nobody's gonna care. Now, of course, it would be fair to ask the question, well, if this is so good, why doesn't Mallow see more play? The answer is not every deck can always draw 2 cards. In decks that do, Zoroark being a prime example, Mallow does see play. Now, there is an attack here as well. It's not terribly exciting. Fire, 2 colourless, 50 damage. It's just bad. Now, you can use double colourless energy, but it would be a massive waste of a double colourless energy. I mean, even if you pop a choice band on here, you do 160 to a Duskmane Necrozma. You're still 30 away from getting the KO. But no one really cares when the ability is this gosh darned good. As a side note, it is a reprint of the EX Deoxys Magcargo, as I mentioned earlier. It's gained 10 HP, and that's basically it. Same weakness, same retreat cost, second attack is exactly the same. In fact, it's actually lost the knockover attack, 1 colourless energy, 10 damage, discard a stadium, which is better than Combustion. So in 13.5 years, Magcargo has gained 10 HP and lost an attack. I would argue this is actually, when you add it all up, worse than the previous Magcargo. But it doesn't matter, because this ability is amazing. Call me overly enthusiastic if you like. This is a 5 Wassy card. I expect this to see a huge amount of play. I'm going to go as far as to say that in any deck that can draw cards when they want to in the middle of their turn, Zoroark, Oranguru, Scorched Earth, anything else that comes out in the future, this is just an absolute no-brainer to include, because being able to grab that double colorless whenever you want, being able to grab that Guzma to win the game, the delinquent to lock your opponent out of the game, the rare Candy, although playing a stage 1 in a stage 2 deck might be a pain, whenever you... It's just too good, ladies and gentlemen. It's just too good. But maybe you disagree with me. If so, comment section is there, so go nuts. And be nice, because we need to be nice. Being nice is good. And please do check out my other 2 videos. This is a second free video day in a row. That's a lot of work, so if you wouldn't mind, that would be awesome. Do make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and so on, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio where you can do so. And do check out Wassy Plays for some video game and Dragon Ball Super action. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.